Shut up and sit down.
What's the story, internet? Hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Hope you enjoyed the last video. I am here with the promised preview for the upcoming football for this weekend. Now, I'm not going to talk about La Liga, I'm not going to talk about Bundesliga, I'm not going to talk about Serie A. A very simple reason for that. They're all on break. So, one thing I will say about La Liga, all the usual suspects won: Real Madrid, Barcelona and Atletico Madrid, so no shocks there. But yeah, they're all on break for now. So, c'est la vie. One match I did want to mention was the CONCACAF Champions League final. Tigres beat LAFC. So that means it was 0-4 for MLS teams in the CONCACAF Champions League. They all lost at varying stages in the rounds, and it was the first title for Tigres in 5 years, I think it was. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it was. But yeah, thanks to a Gignac goal in the 85th minute, Tigres are the champions. So they go on to the Club World Cup to face Bayern Munich and the champions of the other respective conferences. So with that out of the way, onto the Premier League. So very first match on Saturday, 4:30. That means that I'm going to have either an early night on Christmas Day or a very early Boxing Day morning. The 4:30 AM fixture is Leicester versus Manchester United. So Manchester United will be going into this match quite positive. I mean, we just beat Everton in the League Cup. We just beat Leeds 6-2, and we just beat Sheffield United 3-2. Leicester just beat Spurs, so they'll also be very up for it. However, they just lost against Everton, who is the team that we just beat in the League Cup. So, could go either way this match. Manchester United are 1 point behind Leicester with the game in hand. They're in second on 27. We're in third on 26, so it's a second versus third. Very interesting. So obviously with full bias, I'm going to say that Manchester United's going to win, especially because it's an away day. So it'll probably be 2-0 down in the first half and come back and win 4 or 5-2. Cavani will probably score a hat-trick. But I might be getting ahead of myself. I mentioned in my previous video that no other team has won more on Boxing Day than Manchester United. And just hearing that statistic means that we're doomed not to continue it. But that's just the way that the cookie crumbles, as they say. On to the next match, Fulham versus Southampton. I think you've got to predict Southampton to win this one. I mean, they're in 7th on 24 points. Fulham are in 18th on 10 points. I don't think either of them did very well last time out. Let me just double check. Yeah, Fulham got a 1-1 draw against Newcastle, quite disappointingly. Southampton only lost 1-0 to City, so it's not that bad. Fulham got a 0-0 draw against Brighton before that, and then Southampton drew 1-1 against Arsenal. So Southampton are on a little bit of a dry spell at the moment. However, they have been playing traditionally top 4 teams. The reason I throw the traditionally in there is because of Arsenal. But yeah, definitely not an easy run of fixtures. So Fulham have shown before that they can shock us, but I think this is probably going to be Southampton's day. On to the next match, Aston Villa versus Crystal Palace. The early favourites to do well, who won 3-0 out against West Brom and then drew 0-0 against Burnley last time out, against Crystal Palace, who have been sort of the surprise package. They did lose 7-0 to Liverpool, but they beat United at the beginning of the season. And what else did they do before that? They drew 1-1 with West Ham. They're just so up and down. You never know which Palace are going to show up. 1-1 against Tottenham. You know, it just depends on which Crystal Palace shows up, which Wilfried Zaha shows up, really. So I can see Aston Villa winning this one, maybe 2 or 3-0. I think it'll be very similar to their result last time out against West Brom, personally. On to the big one. It's on the board, so it's a big one. Arsenal versus Chelsea. So, Arsenal just failing at life at the moment. Mikel Arteta has never been under so much pressure. The only thing that's under more pressure is DT's phone from Arsenal Fan TV when he threw it across the room and then told all his co-workers to piss off and then stormed out of the room. Used a bit stronger language than that, but that's for DT and not for me. At least not until Manchester United loses. Chelsea won 3-0 against West Ham. Arsenal lost 2-1 against Everton, and then they got knocked out by City in the League Cup. They also drew 1-1 disappointingly in that Premier League fixture that I talked about on the 15th. But then Chelsea lost to Wolves. So Chelsea have had a bit of an up and down couple of weeks as well. So next match, Manchester City versus Newcastle. I think Manchester City should be odds-on favourites to win this one. However, they've just been so topsy-turvy. Yes, they won in the League Cup. Yes, they're doing well in the Champions League. In the league, it just depends. They won 1-0 against Southampton, but very boringly and very disappointingly. So, a little bit like Aston Villa, it depends on which one shows up. And Palace, depends on which City shows up. So, yeah, I don't think it's as cut and dry as the Chelsea-Arsenal match, where I think Chelsea's probably going to batter Arsenal because of the way they've been playing. You never know with Newcastle. They did just lose to Brentford in the League Cup, so I think they'll be wanting revenge, and what better way to show the fans that they mean business than by beating Manchester City. So they'll be coming out fighting, I would have thought. I'm still going to say City is going to win just because they would be the favourites, but as I said, you never know. Sheffield United versus Everton. Everton have been doing quite impressively until United beat them in the League Cup. They beat Arsenal last time out 2-1. They beat Leicester the time before that 2-0, and they beat Chelsea the time before that 1-0. So you've got to say that Everton are the favourites against Sheffield United, especially with Wilder looking like he's going to get fired as their manager. I don't know who they bring in now that Sam Allardyce isn't there anymore. Who do you bring in besides Big Sam if you want to survive a relegation battle? Maybe Roy Hodgson, Tony Pulis, someone like that. Whoever the crazy one was from Leicester, Nigel Pearson, that was it, wasn't it? The one that wanted to fight everyone. So, yeah, unfortunately, I think Everton's going to absolutely batter Sheffield United. I say batter, I just think that they're going to be the better team. Sheffield United haven't looked bad. I mean, when Manchester United played them, they should probably have taken even more of a commanding lead than the 1-0. It should have been 2-3-0 by the time United scored. So they don't look bad. They just can't hold on to results, or they can't score. So if they can fix both of those, they'll be all right. But tough ask. Going on to Sunday, we have Leeds United versus Burnley. Should be a thoroughly entertaining match. A team that can do very well defensively against a team that can do very well attacking. So, yeah, should be interesting. I think this is going to be a low-scoring match. Probably a 2-1, maybe a 1-0, maybe a 2-0 if you're pushing it. You'd say probably Leeds to win, however, Burnley beat Wolves. So, who knows? Maybe a 2-all. I think a 2-all's not a good shout either. On to the next one, West Ham versus Brighton. You'd have to say that West Ham are probably the odds-on favourites to win this one. Brighton are quite lacklustre at the moment. They drew 1-1 to Sheffield United. I mean, they gave Sheffield United the second point of the season. And then drawing 0-0 with Fulham, losing 3-0 to Leicester. So you've got to say that West Ham are probably the favourites. I know they lost 3-0 to Chelsea last time out, but at the end of the day, they are the more exciting team, and they seem to be the one with more attacking prowess. However, if they can get Tariq Lamptey to perform like he has been doing this season, the world is their oyster, ultimately. So, next one is Liverpool versus West Brom. Poor West Brom. Let's hope they don't end up like Crystal Palace losing 7-0, especially because it is Anfield, so you never know. But yeah, I think it's not a lot to say about this one. I think it's just going to be a Liverpool win. But second match under Sam Allardyce. Is he going to have had time to stamp his mark on this team and make them as solid as some of the other teams that we've seen from Sam Allardyce in the past? Who knows? Don't think they're going to become a Blackburn Rovers and make it into Europe, but you never know. And then the final match of the weekend, we have Wolves versus Tottenham Hotspur. It should be a very interesting match. Wolves losing 2-1 against Burnley last time out. Tottenham losing 2-0 to Leicester. They have been on a bit of a slump recently, so it'll be very interesting to see. I think it'll be a very entertaining match with the likes of Gareth Bale and what's the bloody right winger? I hate playing against him on FIFA, so he leaves my mind. Adama Traore, that's his name. I never want to see him on FIFA, so that's why I've blocked him from my memory. So two very exciting players, and then you've got Son and Kane, and their combination is scary. So yeah, should be a thoroughly entertaining match. Let's get into the channels that they're going to be on for the US viewers, and then I've got one last bit of news to talk about. So Leicester versus Manchester United, Fulham versus Southampton, Aston Villa versus Crystal Palace are all on Peacock. Arsenal versus Chelsea on NBC Proper and Universo. Sheffield United versus Everton on Peacock, Leeds United versus Burnley, West Ham versus Brighton on Peacock, Liverpool versus West Brom on NBCSN and Telemundo, and Wolverhampton Wanderers versus Tottenham Hotspur on NBCSN and Universo. And then the last thing I wanted to mention is congratulations to Robert Lewandowski, fully deserving of getting the FIFA Player of the Year. It's just a shame not doing the Ballon d'Or this year, but fully deserving of getting the FIFA Player of the Year. I think there wasn't any other player that deserved it more than him. I'm a Cristiano Ronaldo fanboy till the day I die because of the way he played at Manchester United, and I just have a lot of respect for him. But yeah, no one played like him this season. It is incredible, especially for the age that he is. It's such a shame because we're going to lose Ronaldo, Messi and Lewandowski all around the same time. They're all very similar ages. And probably the way he's going, Zlatan will probably still be going, but that's besides the point. So just looking at the fixtures, I will be back with you very soon because there are matches on Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. So fixtures come thick and fast at the moment. We've got 2 weeks full of matches. So I will preview that on Sunday, just after I've done my review of the weekend's fixtures. So until then, I hope you enjoy the rest of your holidays. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Hope you're staying safe and keeping out of trouble. Thank you very much for watching. And until next time, ta-ra for now.